Parents, are you taking your child's dental health seriously? Dentists agree choosing the right toothpaste and brush for your kids is crucial.
Consumer Reports has done the work of researching children's dental products, and they've got the scoop on what to look for and what to avoid. As parents, it's important to prioritize your child's dental health.
Now, how many times a day are you supposed to brush your teeth?
Twice.
This simple habit of brushing twice a day helps remove plaque-causing bacteria, and that reduces the risk of tooth decay, gum disease, and costly dental treatments.
When selecting a toothpaste for your kids, it's essential to choose one that contains fluoride and is free from potentially harmful ingredients. Consumer Reports and Made Safe, a nonprofit focused on product safety and sustainability, recently teamed up and evaluated 7 popular children's fluoride toothpastes. 2 toothpastes, Hello Kids Magical Mermaid Fluoride Toothpaste and Jason Seafresh Anti-Cavity and Strengthening Toothpaste, stood out as favorites, containing safer and more sustainable ingredients. Act Kids Anti-Activity Toothpaste and Tom's of Maine Kids Natural Silly Strawberry both contain ingredients with possible risks. And 3 products, Burt's Bees Kids Strawberry Splash, Colgate Kids Cavity Protection Bubble Fruit, and Crest Kids Crest Cavity Protection Sparkle Fun Toothpaste, contain titanium dioxide and other ingredients linked to potential health concerns. None of these 3 companies responded to requests for comment on their products' ingredient safety.
While none of these ingredients pose any immediate risk to kids, research has linked certain food dyes to hyperactivity in children and titanium dioxide to potential damage to the body's genetic material and immune system.
In addition to choosing the right toothpaste, it's also important to select an appropriate toothbrush.
Children can usually start brushing their own teeth between the ages of about 3 to 6. And while some research does suggest that using an electric toothbrush may remove slightly more plaque than a manual, really whatever toothbrush your child likes and will use consistently is best.
In CR's tests, Philips Sonicare for Kids came out on top, excelling at cleaning and ease of use. For a more affordable option, the Brushes electric set excelled at cleaning. By making informed choices about your child's dental products and encouraging good brushing habits, you can help set them up for a lifetime of healthy smiles. If you're wondering if kids can use the adult toothpaste, the answer is yes, as long as it contains fluoride and doesn't address oral health concerns beyond cavity prevention, like gum disease or teeth whitening.